plenty worried, I can tell you. Kent went on to the boys, or to Robert and Dorothy Stubblefield. They don't say it, but I know they're worried. They keep an eye out for us, but with that household of children at their place, they're in no position to help much. And Isaac's brother Absalom is so worried that he made a trip to Chicago. He said, Cassandra, you just do the best you can. And if the worst happens, I'll help you out. Of course, neither of us would say what that worst might be. Who knows what Isaac might have run into in Missouri? It's been a wet spring. The creeks, the rivers are swollen. He could have drowned. He can't swim. When he crosses the water, he holds on to the mane of his horse. Or he could have been murdered for the money he carries with him. Oh, listen to me. Here I am borrowing trouble when all I really need to do is put my faith in God that he'll watch over Isaac. All I can do is wait. Wait for a safe return and pray, keep busy. Oh, I keep busy all right. With 9 boys, 3 months to 17 years. George Washington, Adam, Jacob, Duncan Arthur, Marquis de Lafayette, Francis Marion, Benjamin Franklin, Absalom, and Isaac too. There, I made it all the way through. Isaac teases me because whenever I want one of the boys, I have to go through all their names till I reach the one I want. Dorothy's a great comfort to me at this time. Nothing bothers her. If she needs to do something, she just gets right on with it. We got plenty to do. We're both busy feeding and clothing our families. Now, clothing, that takes lots of work. You got to grow the flax, shear the sheep, spin the yarn, weave it into material to make those clothes. And there's plenty of food in the grove, but that has to be gathered and made into meals. There's apples, pawpaws, grapes, squash, corn, beans, black walnuts, taters, turnips, parsnips, cabbage, and there's cows for the milk and butter, and there's beef, wild hogs. The boys go hunting for wild turkey and deer and coons. Oh, them boys, they're all hard workers, not a lazy one among them. They're like their father in that way. I come to the Grove in 1826 as a bride. I'd been living with my family in Fort Clark when I met Isaac Funk. He was farming nearby, an independent man with energy, good humor, caught my eye right away. He was so tall and handsome with jet black curly hair. We had a short courtship. He knew his mind, and I knew mine. After we married, we came by horseback to the Grove. I brought my dowry: bed, spinning wheel, and a cow. To the cabin that Isaac had built himself. Never forget when I first laid eyes on the cabin, it seemed so big to me, 12 by 14 feet. But then add the first of the 4 boys, and it seemed to shrink considerable. Didn't even have a window in it, but Isaac added one later. That house was destroyed by fire, but Isaac built us another one, bigger. I love this prairie. It has a beauty that's hard to describe. In the spring, it's blanketed with wildflowers. In the summer, tall prairie grasses. And in the late summer, like now, it's so still, you can hear the earth breathe. Listen. Now, winter, that is the most beautiful and the most treacherous. Oh, we've had some weather, I can tell you. Hard to believe on a day like today. But in December of 1830 was the winter of the deep snow. It had been a dry and mild fall, but late December the snow comes so much we couldn't get out of our cabin. We could only pound the corn, cut the wood, keep the fires blazing. A lot of the stock was froze to death, and the wild turkeys and deer near wiped out. But the wolves was happy. And that snow fell and it drifted, and other snow fell and other drifts piled high, and in the spring when that snow melted, the creeks was great rivers. Lucky for me, Isaac was home then. But that's not the worst of it. Just 8 years ago was the winter of the sudden change. It had been mild for some time, and then the snow come, the rain come, changed the snow, changed the slush, cold windstorm blew up, and the temperature dropped 40 degrees to 20 degrees below zero. The prairie was ice. And me at home with 6 children under the age of 9. Frances Marion was the baby then, just 4 months old. But fortunately, Isaac was just a few miles away, made it home in one piece. So it took a while to thaw him out. Oh, just let him come riding up again. Isaac and me, we've been through a lot together. He will come back.
Isaac returned in October, herding 700 cattle that were in very poor condition and suffering from tough mountain.
Ew, sweat in my eyes.